Everybody, it's Jets Central coming back with another video recapping the New York Jets at the Oakland Raiders matchup. Week 2, obviously, and the Jets were 14-point underdogs, and the Oakland Raiders won by a big margin. But one thing I gotta say right off the bat, I'm super proud to be a Jet fan right now. I thought the players played tough. I loved it how we played to the end of the game. You know, you see Darren Lee make that hit, and you see Jamal Adams come to congratulate him right, on the last basically drive of the game, where the Oakland Raiders were in the New York Jet red zone, and yet the young players on the Jets stepped up. We were trying hard. That's all you can ask for. I know it didn't. I know we lost, but at the same time, right now, I'm proud to be a Jet fan. I thought the players. I thought we tried. I thought we gave it 110%, and I obviously I think the better team won today. But I think the Jets really came out there and gave it their all, which I'm proud of. I just think the Oakland Raiders are overall better coached and have better players. They were at home, so you look at the Oakland Raiders team. There's a lot of people out there that say that this team is a Super Bowl contender. After watching the Oakland Raiders, they're definitely a playoff team for sure. But they have the firepower on offense and the playmakers on defense to knock off the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Denver Broncos, and New England Patriots, and so forth. So this Oakland Raider team is a really good team. And I want to just tip my hat to the Oakland Raiders and their fans for the victory. Obviously they came out ready to play. The Oakland Raiders did their thing out there. Derek Carr basically shredded the New York Jets secondary. Completed a lot of passes, threw a couple of touchdowns. Crabtree was doing his thing out there. And, there's nothing more I can really say than just give credit where it's due. Hey, the Oakland Raiders offense did their thing today. Bunch of talented guys playing at home. It's a must-win game for them. They did their thing. They executed. Nothing really more I can say on that. As opposed to, I just got to tip my cap to them. So congratulations to the Oakland Raiders and their fans. It was a great victory for them. Obviously, they needed this game to go 2-0 on the season, beating the Tennessee Titans and now the New York Jets. But, from a Jets fan's perspective, I'm just proud that we fought. I'm proud that we fought. You look at these young players compared from last week to this week, and I know we lost by a bigger margin this week, but I'm more proud of the Jets today than I was last week. I just thought we did a lot emotionally this game. I like to see the players running around, running to the ball, playing through the whistle. I like us playing as a unit and as brothers, and man, it's like I think we just have to embrace that underdog role. That's really what I think it comes down to. Embrace the underdog role. Play with a chip on your shoulder. Play like you're slighted. And just try to prove everybody wrong. And try to, have a Jets against everybody else attitude. So that's kind of what it comes down to from me. As far as the offensive game plan went, I liked it. I liked the play calls. John Morton and these guys, the play calling got a lot better. Now, I think when the game first kind of started out, it was a little flat, and it was, deservedly so. The offensive line couldn't really get a good push. But once that, 10 minutes left in the second quarter, the offensive line got a tremendous push. They started really working. And let me just tell you, Brandon Shell, the right tackle for the New York Jets, was dominating today. Going up against Khalil Mack, I thought Shell did a tremendous job. He definitely earned the right tackle starting spot, but Brandon Shell, to me, played fantastic. I thought as the game went on, the offensive line did better, especially in the run game. You look at Forte early, couldn't really establish anything, as well as Bilal Powell. Once they started shifting McGuire or getting McGuire into the game, that offensive line started to create a push at the point of attack, which then opened up the run. I thought McCown did a pretty decent job of taking care of the ball. He should have had one more interception. But overall, you look at Josh McCown's performance, I thought he did fairly well. He completed a lot of passes in a hostile stadium, hostile crowd against a very good defense and a very good team. Oakland, they were putting up points like crazy, so it was kind of up to the Jets to kind of just stay in the game and try to compete any way they could. But, I mean, he was making some throws. Jermaine Kearse, Dude had 2 touchdown grabs. Nice. I thought I was totally impressed with Curse, considering that he hasn't even really been with the team for that long. So, you look at Jermaine Curse. I like how he's coming along. I thought McCown did a decent job. He obviously had that strip sack on him, which, I don't want to say it was the dagger in the game, but it was kind of just okay, the Raiders won kind of thing. But, overall, I thought McCown did a decent job. Do I want to see Bryce Petty come next week? I do, and I think he deserves a chance to have an opportunity to play. But it's just tough to bench McCown right now, coming off of 2 losses. And it sounds weird saying that because, it's 2 losses and stuff, and we haven't really been able to move the ball. But at the same time, I don't think McCown is the reason why the Jets are sputtering on offense. I think it's a combination between the offensive line, a little bit of McCown. I think the play calling has something to do with it, and the inability to get the run game going. So, it's tough to bench McCown after a performance like this for sure. So, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I would like to see McCown. I would not be opposed to McCown starting next week. I would not be like all up in arms about it. So, segueing over to the defense, I thought they did a decent job on the defensive line. I thought we did a good job controlling Marshawn Lynch for the most part. But when it comes to the secondary, Crabtree, Derek Carr, Amari Cooper, they kind of lit us up, and understandably so. Derek Carr is a great quarterback, and they obviously got 2 stud wide receivers in Crabtree and Cooper, and that's kind of their identity on offense. The passing game, and especially when they're at home against a less talented team like the New York Jets, they're going to try to air it out. They're going to try to put points on the board fast. So it is what it is. The Oakland Raiders did a very good job of passing the ball on the New York Jets. Lynch got free a few times, but what are you going to do? The Oakland Raiders have a great offensive line. You have to watch out for the pass. You have to get after the passer, and Marshawn Lynch is a good running back still. So I thought overall, I know the Jets lost the game, but at the end of the day, I'm proud that we fought. I'm proud that we showed effort. I'm proud that we flew around and we were still giving it our all at the end of the game. So that's basically what it comes down to for me. Jets lost the game, obviously, but I'm sitting here right now not as mad, or I'm not like upset or all up in arms like, oh, we suck, whatever. I understand that we played again. We faced a really good team in the Oakland Raiders. We were at their house. It was a cross-country trip, just playing at Buffalo, coming off a loss. It's a really easy game to come out flat and lose, 49-0 or 52-10 or something like that. And I know the margin was pretty big in the scores, but I think the Jets just made. I just think the Oakland Raiders are just a more talented team and a better coach team, and they just went out there and they proved prove that they were the better team. So that's basically it for the recap. I thought the Jets did a decent job on offense, but when it comes to the defense, I thought the secondary needed some work. But overall, I think the front 7 did a decent job. But our linebackers still cannot cover out of the flat. I still think that's a huge issue, and teams are just going to attack that every single game. They're just going to make sure tight ends, running backs, the Jets linebackers cannot cover. Let's just use the tight ends and running backs, especially get them out in the flat and really just get these guys in space because they can't cover and they can't really tackle in open space. So I think that's just something that the Jets need to tighten up on. But I've been saying that since 2015. So do I expect it to change from week 2 to week 3? 2 years since 2 years from now? So, no, I don't. So it is what it is. But overall, I'm proud of the New York Jets. We lost the game to the Oakland Raiders. Next week, we got a matchup against the Miami Dolphins, which I'm extremely excited for. Home opener. I'm pumped. Miami just had a pretty good victory over the LA Chargers, so they're going to be coming in ready to play. But I like how the Jets match up against the Dolphins. So I guess the last thing I can say is just congrats to the Oakland Raiders once again. Oh, real quick before I end the video, the referees in this game were absolute garbage. The Jets were slighted on a few calls, and the Raiders were slighted on a few calls. There were some penalties thrown in this game where on both teams, the refs, they basically sucked for both teams. The Jets had calls that they missed, and the Raiders had calls that they missed. Then the Raiders had plays where they threw flags, and it was like that I think it was Bruce Irvin tackling Matt Forte, and they called it unnecessary roughness. Are you kidding me? Matt Forte has the ball. He's running. I mean, I'm obviously rooting for the Jets, but let's call a spade a spade. If you're trying to tackle the runner and it's a big hit and you slam to the ground, it's a nice hit. It's not unnecessary roughness. And then Buster Screen had a really nice hit on I think, the running back from Oakland. It slammed him down, and they called that unnecessary roughness too. So, I mean, the refs for both sides were absolutely horrible. Missing calls, throwing flags when there was nothing there. So, the refs were atrocious. But, you know, at the end of the day, the better team won today in the Oakland Raiders. I'm just proud that we fought. I'm proud how the Jets played on defense. Just giving it their all. You know, you can only do so much when you're at another team stadium. They have better players, they're more talented, and they're better coached. What more can you really ask for as a New York Jet fan? So that's basically it for the recap. The New York Jets lose to the Oakland Raiders. And let me know down in the comment section what were your guys' kind of takeaways from the game, because you know, I have a lot of good takeaways from the game. I thought we really did improve, especially in the play calling department. I thought John Morton and co did a really good job and really improved in that area. So, with that being said, go Jets.